Jingle bell, audience participation is a must. Yes, I hear some jingles happening. Let's see, I think that was it. So without further ado, welcome Tim Tabb.
our lives. And in my life, one hymn that has perpetually stuck with me is a little known one, What Can I Give You? But back when I was a wee little lad, I used to sing that song in the Christmas pageant for like 5 or 6 years. I sang the song for a long time. And 20 some odd years later to this day, I am still known at that church as the little kid who sang that solo. Some things you just never leave. But as a performer, back when I was younger, you used to get that pit in your stomach right before you had to go sing a solo. And so the song that came right before that song is an even littler known one that I honestly don't even know the name to. It's like, Dear Baby Jesus, How Tiny, whatever that song is. It rarely ever gets sung, but every once in a while it comes up. And so last weekend we were with the Reno Philharmonic, and the chorus was singing a medley of songs, and I was working along, and in the middle of that medley, that song came up, and without even thinking about it, I just got super nervous, I have to go do something. So sometimes Christmas carols never leave you.
Hello, my name is Teresa, and do you have any traditions in your family for Christmas that are so long-lasting they are now rules? Okay, I do. Let me explain. So when I was a child, my grandmother's prized Christmas possession was this dancing Santa Claus. He was about 3 feet tall, made out of paper mache, and his hips swayed, and not like a little bit, like Elvis. or I guess it'd be like twerking today, but he also played Jingle Bell Rock, and it was kind of terrifying to us children because his hips kept moving even when he fell over. And then it was embarrassing to us teenagers because every time that song started to play, all of the adults would rush from wherever they were in the house. They would go into that room and they would start dancing with him. So it was also really humiliating to all of the older children in the house. Well, time has passed. My grandmother has passed as well, but Jingle Bell Rock Santa is now living in my aunt's house, and every time I hear him start to sing, I have to go over and dance because those are the rules. Other rules you might be familiar with are the Christmas medley. So, along with Linda Carrick on flute, see how many songs you can hear in this next piece.
Some of my fondest memories from high school are the times my friends and I went Christmas caroling. A bunch of us would gather at one person's house on a Saturday afternoon and decide which neighborhood we were going to go through. We would have dinner together and then head out. Living in the San Francisco Bay Area, it was never brutally cold, but we would put on our holiday hats, scarves, and gloves, even if we didn't need them for warmth. As we walked through the chosen neighborhood, someone from our group would run ahead to the house that we were approaching and ring the bell. Inevitably, someone would open the door and were delighted when they saw and heard us. They would usually call the rest of the family to the door, and often we could hear them join us in whatever song we were singing. The best part was when we were offered some of the cookies they had just baked. It's been a while since I've been Christmas caroling on a Saturday evening with friends, but that has not stopped me from singing my way through the Christmas holidays.
Happy holidays. My name is Melanie, and when I was about 5 years old, my family took me to a Christmas Eve production. Near the end of the program, Santa appeared on stage to bring gifts to baby Jesus. Well, my little brother was absolutely mesmerized. As Santa walked down the aisle, it was as if he was pulled by some magical North Pole magnet. He was drawn to Santa and started following him. And then other children began following too. Within moments, there was a parade of children trailing behind Santa, gathering around the manger to offer their own gifts. The audience chuckled, thinking it was part of the show. Only the parents knew the truth. None of it had been planned. You might have seen it. It was around 35 years ago here in Carson City. But the moment was unexpectedly beautiful. A small crowd of children, drawn by wonder, surrounding a symbol of hope. And every year, I'm reminded of that night, how joy, curiosity, and pure-hearted generosity can shine brighter than any stage lights. And with that spirit of childlike awe, we'd like to offer our next piece. This is a change to the program, so please enjoy as Barb Walsh plays Flute Delightfully to Away in the Manger, inviting us all to pause, breathe, and return to that simple, peaceful cradle of hope.
Hello, my name is Cindy, and I was on a Zoom call with my siblings this last few weeks, and we started talking about Christmas plans and Christmas memories past, and I mentioned the concert, and one of the songs we're doing is We Three Kings, and my older brother started laughing. trying to think, why? Then I remembered, once upon a time, a long time ago, my brothers were in school, kindergarten and first grade, and they were coming up for the Christmas concert at school, and one of the songs they were doing was We Three Kings. So they learned it at school, and then they came home and sang the alternate version. You guys remember? We three kings of Orient are, tried to smoke a rubber cigar. It was loaded and exploded, boom! Now we're on yonder star. And you know, because they're little ones, they go, we two kings. My mom was not that impressed. Although she didn't care for it, it was too late because all the younger ones of us started singing it that way too. And I'd like to say even 2-year-olds can say boom at the right time. So it was funny that year, but as the years went on, it wasn't quite so much so. But it's a song that brings back joyful childhood memories.
Hi, my name is Linda. Merry Christmas. I've been singing Christmas carols since I was 3 years old. First one I think was Away in the Manger. And I know the words to many of them, even all the verses to some. But when it comes to our next song, "'Twas in the Moon of Wintertime," I don't remember ever learning that one, so I had to look up the lyrics. It is actually Canada's oldest Christmas song, which is why it is also known as the Huron Carol. It was written by a Jesuit missionary in 1641 in the native language of the Huron. The original title is translated as Jesus, He is Born, and as many carols do, tells the story of the Nativity. The original English translation is based on Huron religious concepts, so rather than dressed in swaddling clothes lying in a manger, it is written he is wrapped in a robe of rabbit skin and born in a lodge of broken bark. He is surrounded by hunters instead of shepherds, and the Magi, or three kings, are portrayed as chiefs from afar, who bring him fox and beaver pelts instead of the more familiar gold, frankincense, and myrrh. While the hymn is of a joyous nature, the tune is a rather haunting melody and is played today by Barb Walsh on flute and Teresa on cello.
Hello, I am still Melanie, and we became a nonprofit 501c3 organization about 12, 15 years ago now. And what that means for us is, although we have some very nice places like First United Methodist Church that let us host our concerts here, and we have a church in Sparks that let us rehearse there, we do all of our own fundraising for packing up all of our equipment and getting our stuff there, as well as all of our own PR. So, I have a song for you. Deck the halls with bells a-ringing, fa la 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 la. Thanks for joining us in playing, fa la 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 la. as our music fills the season. Fa la 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 la. Share the joy, you are the reason. Fa la 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 la. If you'd like to keep us playing, fa la 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 la. Donate now, it's all we're saying. Fa la 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 la. Gifts tonight bring fun giveaways. Fa la 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 la. Helping Tin Tab in joyful ways. Fa la 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 la. Find us on YouTube and Facebook. Fa la 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 la. Redbubble too, come take a look. Fa la 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 la. If you want to be a go-getter, fa la 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 la. Sign up now for our newsletter. Fa la 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 la. Invite friends to future ringing. Fa la 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 la. Spread the cheer and keep us playing. Fa la 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 la.
Hi everyone, my name is Autumn, and as Christmas draws near, I dive into my holiday routine with absolute joy. Movies. I like to start with the fun, lighthearted flicks that don't require much thought, just pure holiday brain candy. Like the movie Elf. Will Ferrell's hilarious antics in New York make you laugh every time. But as the countdown to Christmas picks up speed, I switch gears and pull out the classics that hold a special place in my heart. The Polar Express has been my Christmas Eve movie every year for as long as I can remember. There's something magical about that train ride to the North Pole. And for all the Tim Allen fans out there, yeah, that's me. It's not Christmas without the Santa Claus trilogy, followed by the ever hilarious Christmas with the Cranks. The Santa Claus trilogy was the stuff of childhood dreams, sparking my belief in Santa and filling my heart with holiday wonder. Christmas with the Cranks? It's pure comedy gold. The Cranks try so hard to avoid Christmas, only to get pulled into the holiday chaos in the most ridiculous ways. Like in the scene where the carolers get louder and faster, practically chasing them down. It's the perfect mix of holiday stress and laughter. I think we all end up like the Cranks at some point, trying to escape the holiday madness, only to have something drag us right back into it. Whether it's a movie, a catchy carol, or an unexpected tradition, Christmas has a way of sneaking up on you. There's always a new story to experience, and always a little magic to share.
Hi, my name is Diane, and the next song, Angels We Have Heard on I, is been one of my favorites. When I was directing my church choir, they always wanted to sing that, even though it's a pretty hard piece at Christmas time. But what reminds me of this piece is when my kids were angels in the church Christmas pageant. 3, Christy, Michaela, and Lindsay. And this year, I have a grandson, my first grandson. And maybe he will continue the tradition.